The city believed to be protected by God. The walls that had never fallen for 1,000 years. The empire that once ruled the known world. On May 29, 1453, in a single night of fire, blood, and iron, Constantinople collapsed. Stand with it. An entire era of human history ended forever. What you are about to hear is not a legend. It is the true story of the last stand of an empire. Now you are watching our channel. If you are new here, subscribe right now. Your one subscription helps us bring history back to life. One like, one comment. This is our fuel to create more documentaries like this. Stay with us, because this story does not give mercy. Constantinople in the 15th century was no longer the glorious capital it once had been. The Byzantine Empire, the direct continuation of the Roman Empire, was dying slowly. Once stretching from Britain to North Africa, it had been reduced to a single city and a few surrounding lands. Yet even in decay, Constantinople was priceless. It stood between Europe and Asia, controlling trade routes, ideas, and power itself. Whoever ruled Constantinople ruled the gate between worlds. For more than 1,000 years, the Theodosian walls had defended the city. These massive, triple-layered fortifications had repelled Persians, Arabs, Bulgars, and countless invaders. Armies had broken themselves against these stones. Many believed the city was invincible. But history does not respect belief, only preparation. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos ruled over a population of fewer than 50,000. Churches stood empty, markets were silent, and fear lived in every household. The emperor knew the truth. This would be the final battle. There would be no reinforcements from the west. Europe was divided, exhausted, and slow. The Pope promised help, but promises do not stop cannonballs. Outside the walls, a new power was rising. Sultan Mehmed II, only 21 years old, but driven by ambition, vision, and obsession. He did not see Constantinople as a city. He saw destiny. From a young age, Mehmed had studied Roman history, Alexander the Great, and Islamic prophecy. He believed it was his fate to conquer Constantinople and become a world emperor. Mehmed prepared with terrifying precision. He built Rumeli Hisari, a massive fortress on the Bosphorus, cutting off all naval supply to the city. No ship could pass without Ottoman permission. Constantinople was now isolated. Then came the weapon that changed history. A Hungarian engineer named Urban built a colossal cannon for Mehmed. It was so large it could fire stone balls weighing over half a ton, and while no matter how ancient had ever faced such firepower. When the cannon fired, the earth shook. The sound could be heard miles away. The age of medieval walls was ending. In April 1453, the Ottoman army arrived. Estimates vary, but Mehmed commanded between 80,000 and 100,000 soldiers. Janissaries, elite infantry trained from childhood, cavalry, archers, engineers, and artillery. Facing them were fewer than 7,000 defenders, Byzantine soldiers, volunteers, and a small but crucial force of Genoese fighters, led by Giovanni Giustiniani, a man whose courage would shape the battle. The siege began. Day after day, the cannons thundered. Stone balls smashed into the walls, opening cracks that defenders desperately repaired at night. Men worked with bare hands, filling breaches with wood, rubble, and bodies if necessary. Every sunrise meant another assault. Every sunset meant another prayer. The Ottomans attacked relentlessly. Waves of soldiers charged the walls, only to be pushed back with arrows, fire, and steel. Corpses piled in the trenches. The air stank of death, but Mehmed did not stop. He learned, adapted. The Byzantine navy believed the Golden Horn protected them. A massive chain blocked enemy ships from entering the harbor, but Mehmed did something no one expected. In one of the most daring maneuvers in military history, he ordered his ships dragged over land and greased wooden logs around the chain and into the Golden Horn. When the Byzantines woke up and saw Ottoman ships behind their defenses, hope cracked like the walls themselves. Inside the city, despair spread. Many believed this was divine punishment. Ancient prophecies said Constantinople would fall under a Constantine, and it was ruled by one. People gathered in Hagia Sophia praying for a miracle. Some believed angels would descend, but history offers no angels. On May 28th, the final assault was prepared. Mehmed ordered his men to rest, pray, and prepare for victory. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine XI made his final speech. He did not promise survival, he promised honor. He reminded his soldiers they fought for their faith, their families, and their history. He removed his imperial insignia. That night, the emperor became just another soldier. Before dawn on May 29th, the attack began. First came irregular troops, meant to exhaust the defenders. Then came the Anatolian soldiers. Finally, the Janissaries advanced. Drums thundered, horns screamed. The walls shook. Cannon fire opened a massive breach near the gate of St. Romanus. Giustiniani was wounded, possibly mortally, and carried from the walls. His departure crushed morale. The defense began to collapse. A small gate known as the Kirkoporta, chaos allowed Ottoman soldiers to enter the city. It was the beginning of the end. Emperor Constantine XI was last seen charging into battle. He was never found. No grave, no body, only legend. The last Roman emperor died fighting on the streets of his capital. By morning, Constantinople had fallen. Ottoman soldiers poured into the city. According to the customs of war at the time, 3 days of looting followed. Churches were desecrated. Hagia Sophia, once the greatest cathedral in Christendom, was converted into a mosque. The ancient empire, born in Rome, transformed in Byzantium, ended in silence. When Sultan Mehmed II entered the city, he is said to have dismounted and scattered earth on his head in humility. He walked through the ruins and quoted poetry about the fleeting nature of power. Constantinople was no longer Byzantine, was now Istanbul, the capital of a rising empire that would dominate for centuries. The consequences were global. Scholars fled west, bringing ancient Greek knowledge that would fuel the Renaissance. Trade routes shifted, pushing Europeans to seek new paths to Asia, leading directly to the age of exploration. The medieval world died. The modern world was born. But here's the real question. Was Constantinople doomed by fate, or abandoned by those who could have saved it? Is history shaped by destiny, or by the choices we refuse to make until it is too late? Empires fall. Walls crumble. Power fades. But the lessons remain. If this story made you think, if it made you feel the weight of history, then do not leave silently. Subscribe to our channel right now. Give this video a like. Write your thoughts in the comments. Your support is what allows us to keep telling these powerful stories of human civilization. Remember, every empire believes it will last forever, till the day it doesn't.